These women are sifting through the river of the Nashulai Conservancy. Located right next to Kenya's famous Maasai Mara National Park, this tributary flows into the Mara River. Nelson Ole Reya initiated the cleanup. He pays the women from the nearby villages $5 a day for their work.
This is the most important watershed in this part of the Mara. The local community relies on this water for their usage for cooking, cleaning, and even also the livestock and wildlife. Unfortunately, the river is heavily polluted because of the activities of the urban areas upstream, the tourist camps.
All the way to that pool.
Oleria and his wife were both born in this area. They co-founded Nashulai, a conservancy run by the local Maasai community. Unlike in other nature reserves, wildlife, people and livestock coexist here.
Nashulai itself is a very important corridor, allowing wildlife to migrate, especially elephants, which normally access this area for bathing, and also the Great Migration passes through this corridor all the way to the other conservancies.
This area has always been a local community, but with growing communities and first land, the wildlife was vanishing. To create the Conservancy 4 years ago, the community members pulled down their fences, and 2 years later, the wildlife returned.
The biggest problem facing wildlife today in Kenya is not actually poaching, as people might actually think of it. It is the lack of space. And that space is with communities. So communities have to be at the center of conservation.
The members of the Conservancy largely rely on funding from donors, and only a fifth of its income is generated by tourism. But this year, the corona pandemic has devastated the region's economy. Without the tourists that visit the Mara each year, many only rely on their livestock as they lost their jobs as rangers in hotels or traders on the local markets. Everything has become difficult. Getting food is a problem. There are diseases all around us. We are just locked down at home and can't leave the village. Through crowdfunding, the Nashulai team has been able to provide food aid to the villages. It's a lifeline for now. It will take a long time before tourists will start coming back. By their visits, they help to protect Kenyan's wildlife. But conservationists like Ole Reya worry that this may no longer work.
So we need a paradigm shift in the conservation movement to find out other alternatives to sustain the important work that is done in conservation.
It's work in progress, but Ole Reya hopes that involving the local people in this process will build more resilient communities and help nature too.